Okay, so I'm focusing on this first and then we'll go over the face. How are you able to get this as smooth as possible? The answer is brushing this back. Because, you know, this is a 10 blade, so, you know, in order to get it nice and smooth, you have to get that hair to brush out. So most dogs have a dip here and a dip here. And if you see this hair after the dip, the way that it grows, it's kind of going inwards. This is coming down, inwards, and then this is going out. Okay, the way that the hair grows usually helps me angle the way that my clipper is gonna go and which way. So the inside of here, I would just go with the hair. The hair's growing inwards, so you're going in from here, in that way. From the edge here, in that way, okay? On your legs, down, down. And you always want to be brushing these areas against the grain so your clipper can really pick it up. On the feet and between the toes, right here, you can pull that back with your brush. You can brush all that back and take your clipper on top of it very lightly, because the legs are mainly bone, so the clipper's vibration feels really funny to the dog. So if you are able to have a lighter touch against the skin, so instead of going like, you're just gonna go very light, like say this is the dog and this is the bone. Instead of having touch and having the pressure from your hand, what you're gonna do is much lighter, like almost like you're touching, but you're not. Sorry, my cat. All right, so let's go ahead and move. Same thing with the side hair. You did so good here. It just needed more brushing up and then going down, okay? And a lot of this hair here, with you know, picking it up from the inside of the leg, this will go as well. Okay, now let's go to this area. This area is hard. What I do with this, if I still have fuzzy stuff in here, is I put my thumb right here. Let's just say this is the dog and my thumb is right there. All I do is put my thumb there and pull the skin out. And then this hair is usually, after you pull it out of there, is positioned right here, okay? So then when I have stretched the skin out, I grab my clipper and I take it off, okay? So remember back brushing on the areas that do not look like this, nice and smooth. Let me see what else. Okay, now on the head, some clients might want it, you know, short, like a short face. But what I normally do is I don't take a 10 on top of here, and I'll tell you why. Their hair is thinner up here. So when you give it to the owner, they're gonna look at this dog and say, why is this almost has no hair? It's almost like he used a shorter blade. And that is not the case. It's just that the hair grows differently up here. A 10 blade is really hard to blend up here. And it feels really funny. The skull, again, it's just kind of bone. Dogs don't necessarily like that. So what I do is I put a comb guard on top of this. So, you know, a blade guard that makes it longer. And I usually like to start with a 1/2 inch, or I believe a 5/8. So it's like a yellow and I don't know how your guards are, but normally it's a yellow comb guard or an orange, okay? And what you're gonna do is look at the way the hair grows. Normally, Shih Tzus have their middle line, and a lot of the hair grows to the side, okay? And you're just gonna take your clipper and you're just gonna take length off of those areas. Make sure that you're not touching the ear, the hair on the ear, because that is needed to create an ear set. If they want the ear shaved out, you know, just shave it out and blend it. Anyways, so for the head, you take this comb guard and you take the length, right? Then you take your brush and you brush it out just to make sure that everything's even. After I brush it out, I just kind of take my comb and then I comb it in a way that is lifting the hair just a little bit, and I run it one more time, okay? Now, let's get the front of the face. Here's my friend. So when you do a shorter guard, all of this won't be there, because the look of this, it's just it's not a desirable look. What you want to be able to do is blend all this. Now, if you were to do a comb guard that's shorter, all of this will look like it's blended in part of the face, okay? When I look at faces, I look at this like a circle. So let's just say this is the top. The top will set the circle. So this example is gonna be, we have a short top, but you're gonna follow this line from the top and make a circle. Now this is an imaginary circle that you make in your head. Anything that's out of that circle, you can take your scissor and trim. As you do that, you start getting a nice shape, okay? Now this puppy dog has a lot of eye boogers, okay? These eye boogers are really hard to work with. And normally what I do is that while I wash the face, I take a comb guard, not a comb guard, my apologies, a flea comb, and I try to brush most of the junk out with my fingers. That way when I blow dry, it doesn't get hard and crusty. And a lot of the times underneath this, you're gonna have a yeast infection. And if you leave it wet, it makes the infection spread out faster because yeast grow in wet areas, okay? If this is the case and you see this, I brush this outwards with a comb, not a brush, because if you use the brush, it can hit their eyes and you can have an eye injury. You don't want that. So I take this out with a comb. So it's basically looking all crazy, like coming out. And then I take my scissor and I trim, 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 trim. Or you can take a 10 blade and you scoop from the edge, scoop, 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 okay? Make sure that when you scoop, you're only scooping this hair. You're not taking the hair that's on top of the nose. Like if it was a dog with a longer snout, you don't want to shave the top of the nose all the way down to the top of the muzzle all the way to the top of the nose. You don't want to do that. You just want to clean these areas. It's just tiny scoops right there. This will make it so oxygen gets in that area and they are able to heal that area, okay? That area can heal. So remember, once you do that and you start working on the circle, you know, all of this hair that's coming out of that circle will leave the face and you're gonna get a nice round face, okay? So let me see what else we were gonna go over. Oh, I do have another one. The feet. No, thank you. Nope, not that one. Okay, feet. So after you brush back the hair, like I did with this, you want to go back to your pads, and you can do the pads again with a shorter blade. You know, the underneath the padding underneath the paws. You want to clean that out again, okay? Then you're going to take your scissors and you're going to go around the edge of the foot, and you're going to trim any hair that looks all crazy. And not on the top here, okay? You let the clipper do that work, just on the edge, okay? And same thing with the ears. After you trim the ears with a clipper, you have hairs that look all crazy around here. That's not right, you know? Make sure you're brushing that ear after you take the blade to it, and take the blade to it one more time. The rule is you want to pass a blade over the same spot or the same area 2 to 3 times to make sure you get a nice even finish, okay? I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this to a video and send it to you, okay? Please send me as many pictures as you can. I enjoy getting pictures and doing the markup on a video. All right, good luck, Jackson. Hopefully this helps you.